As I begin to look back over the last 9 weeks of one of the strangest seasons of my life, I find myself struck by the poignant things we use to measure our lives. In his poem, The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock, T.S. Eliot's character Prufrock bemoans the loss of time, declaring that he knows time and has measured his life out in coffee spoons. Then, on second reflection, he says, "But how should I presume?" I have felt that same mystery in this season. The days are long, but the weeks are short. I'm realizing that the routines of our day-to-day seem so, routine. But truthfully, they are the skeleton of our lives, aren't they? And when they aren't around, it feels like a body would feel if its skeleton has disappeared. As I've worked out the new normal, this is what a typical day looks like. Sometime between 6 and 6:30 a.m., I roll out of bed, stumble into the kitchen, start the coffee pot, fill up my water bottle, and murmur to Alexa,
"Alexa, turn on the reading lamp."
Settling myself into my cozy, cheery yellow chair, I spend some time reading my Bible and praying. This has been the lifeblood of coping with this isolation. This time has also been essential in helping me process what I'm learning and seeing in my own life. Sometime around 7:30 or 8 o'clock, my husband also stumbles out of bed, and he and I will make and eat breakfast together. This is also the time when I'll check my phone for the first time, and I'll fill up my water bottle for the second time. I've found that these two practices, not touching my phone until I've come to my desk and drinking tons of water, have had a massive effect on my mind. Once at my desk, I settle into checking Edsby, replying to emails and messages, and looking over the work students submitted yesterday. Figuring out what the pillar routines are for my day, I've discovered that my concentration levels are highest before noon, so I've been trying to get the heavier brain work done before then. By about 10 a.m., I'm ready for a snack break, and often the mail has come. I can see when the mail carrier comes, and it's fun to see what's turned up for that day. Oh look, a package from my sister. Some days there's an extra excitement because there's a delivery. After my break, I fill up my water bottle for the third time and get back to work, marking students' work, planning for upcoming lessons, and interacting with students via Edsby or Zoom. Early on in this lockdown, my colleague Janet and I set up an ongoing video call for 12:30 on school days to talk about our shared course, to cheer and encourage each other, to help each other process our thoughts and feelings. This has been one of the best decisions I've made. Being that both of us are extroverts and talkers, we found this time to be very energizing for both of us. What this means is that after our call, I'm usually ready to do some creative work in the afternoon, the fun work, I like to say. And so, after eating lunch, usually at my desk, I get to work on creating content and videos and materials for upcoming lessons, while sipping my way through the last fill of my water bottle. Sometime around 2 p.m., I start to feel a little antsy, so a quick few minutes playing with my cat and a second cup of coffee does wonders to carry me through. Adding steamed milk to my coffee also helps too. By about 4 p.m., I'm toast, and it's time to turn off the computer and clear up my workspace. Some days, especially if it's nice out, Joel and I will go for a walk. We have a route around our neighborhood that's a nice 2.5 kilometers. Sometimes we walk listening to separate podcasts or sermons or music, and sometimes we talk. When we get back to the house, it's time to make supper. We've been trying out different food delivery services over the last few weeks and have enjoyed learning different tricks, tastes, and techniques for cooking. It's been a fun way to hang out after the workday. After eating dinner, Joel and I have been working our way through a commentary on the book of James. We've been doing this since we were married, and I have found that this is a really sweet time of fellowship together. This has become one of those pillar routines that have been fundamental for maintaining the relationships under the roof, so to speak. At 6:30, my watch alarm goes off to remind me that in a few minutes, I'm going live to read the next chapter in the current book I'm reading to my niece and nephews and a few friends on Facebook. This has been a fun outlet, and a little community online has developed because of a shared love of books, particularly the Chronicles of Narnia. It's been a good way to connect with family and friends. After I've finished my live reading, the evenings can vary for me. Some days, Joel and I will bake treats, like pie. Sometimes we'll play a game, or even watch a movie or some TV. Because I get up relatively early, by about 9 p.m., I'm starting to look at my watch and wind down for bed. Psalm 90 verse 12 says, "So teach us to number our days, that we may present a heart of wisdom." And while the days have only a little variance from one another, as I have learned to embrace what's before me rather than what might be coming, and as I've learned to take delight in the small ways I see God's generosity to me, each day takes on its own importance and thereby helping me number my days. This idea is quite in contrast to what the narrator Nick Carraway says at the end of The Great Gatsby. It, the green light of the American dream, eluded us then, but that's no matter. Tomorrow we will run faster, stretch out our arms further. I'm finding that there are days when you can't run faster or stretch out your arms farther, and meaning cannot be found in striving. We never know what tomorrow holds, and as much as we pretend, we don't actually have control over much in this life. This has been a hard season, one of deep pruning for me. Establishing a new routine has not been easy, but you know what I'm finding? By having all the routines stripped away, God is revealing to me what my heart actually worships, and I want that, because in the grand scheme of it all, I want my heart to be about Jesus, not at all about myself. So I know that when we look back to this season, I will look back with deep satisfaction, not because I learned a new skill, organized and spring cleaned all the rooms in my house, or became a buff fitness beast during that time. No, it'll be because I saw the deeper love of my King, Jesus, and saw clear His faithful hand in my life. And that is what really makes a meaningful life.